This game is known by all and is the legend of legends, blasting all of the games up to that point out of the water. It innovated and inspired many, leaving only good memories behind.
Story.
The story goes like this. Basically, a kid raised up in the town of kids is without a fairy because he's not a 30-year-old child called a Kokiri. He's actually a Hylian, the norm human of that kingdom, along with longer ears as well, who was brought into the woods by his mother who was injured. She entrusted her child as her dying wish to the Deku Tree's care, and then died. Link, the kid, was raised in the woods and somehow destined for glory. Only problem? He didn't have a fairy, so surely enough he gains the equipment, and the fairy begins his journey. Since all this was explained through the dialogue of the opening cutscene, which would be more like a time slot of 5 minutes or so, that's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. So a man named Ganondorf decides to try to take the other pieces of the Triforce, in which Link and Zelda both have. Thus Zelda was forced to go into hiding, as Link went conquering the darkness that fell over the land. If you haven't played this game or beaten it yet, then you are truly missing out. Like, seriously, look at that shit. Look at it. Yeah.
Graphics.
Obviously the graphics aren't something out of Crisis, but they are astounding at the time. The polygons were smoother, there were more of them than there was in, say, Mario 64, and the Nintendo 64 did all that and still had a very smooth frame rate. Most of the textures of the game didn't feel out of place, unnerving, or didn't take you out of the experience that was the game. You felt immersed in all the environments that the game presented, whether or not they were closely separated by, loading screens, which were also pretty smooth and nice too.
Gameplay.
The game introduced a new mechanic, targeting. Most games up to this point just did the normal C button turn thing, but since the C buttons were already used, they came up with a new Z targeting that revolutionized other games. You know that button that puts the camera behind the character? Yeah, think Ocarina time. This allowed the game to be much more epic when it came to boss battles, since players didn't have to focus with their bad camera controls, they could rather focus on strategies for beating their enemies. Each boss in the game had a specific move pattern and a way to beat it. Since each time you go to a new temple and you got a new item, each boss's weakness was somehow related to that item. Gora's eye was weak to the slingshot, Phantom Ganon was vulnerable to the bow and hookshot. Tunrova was weak to the effects of the mirror shield. I truly love all of the bosses of this game just because it's just as simplistic yet fun task to complete in beating a boss. Also, the reward of a stone/medallion and a heart piece also added to the feeling of accomplishment. Overall, I love this game to bits. From the looks from Link's face all the way to the rainbow bridge of Ganon's castle. Yeah, if you have the chance to play the game, do it. Let's go Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Sackajeweeya from Blu Bear Gaming. If you want to check out our Facebook fan page, along with other things, either they'll be in the description down below or on the screen right now. Boop! And thank you guys for watching. This is Sackajeweeya signing out.